You lie in bed, close your eyes, and then the world disappears, but not completely. Your body stays still, yet your mind begins to travel, sometimes to places you've never seen, sometimes to moments that feel more vivid than anything in waking life. But where exactly do we go when we sleep? What is this strange nightly journey we take? If sleep is just for rest, why does the mind create entire realities, emotions, and experiences that often feel more alive than the real world? Let's break it down, step by step, because the story of what happens to your consciousness at night is more mysterious and fascinating than you've ever been told. Most people think of sleep as a shutdown, like your brain powers down for maintenance. But the truth, sleep isn't a shutdown, it's a shift. When you enter deep sleep, your brain waves slow down, sure. But once REM sleep kicks in, where dreams happen, the brain lights up again. In some areas, it's even more active than when you're fully awake. The part that controls logic and self-awareness, the prefrontal cortex, goes quiet. But your visual centers, emotional systems, and memory processors, they go into overdrive. It's like the brain switches from external reality mode to inner world exploration. So no, your consciousness doesn't disappear, it just changes state. You're still you, but in a different realm. Here's where it gets interesting. Inside your brain is a mysterious chemical called DMT, or dimethyltryptamine. It's one of the most powerful psychedelics known to science, and your body might be producing it while you sleep. Some researchers believe that during REM sleep, the brain releases trace amounts of DMT, helping explain the wild, colorful, and emotional experiences we call dreams. What's fascinating is how similar dream experiences are to those reported during DMT trips. Surreal landscapes, encounters with strange beings, deep emotional insights, even a sense of leaving the body. But if the brain is generating these chemicals every night, does that make dreams hallucinations? Or is the brain unlocking a layer of reality we don't normally access? Sometimes dreams are just random noise, but every now and then they're strangely accurate. People have reported dreaming about events before they happen, with eerily precise details. Someone dreams of meeting a stranger and runs into them days later. Another person dreams of a car crash and avoids it at the last minute because of that dream. Coincidence? Maybe, but the pattern is hard to ignore. Even historical figures like Abraham Lincoln claim to have seen visions of their own death in dreams. So what if sleep lets us slip outside the normal rules of time? Maybe consciousness doesn't just wander, it observes. You wake up, but something's wrong. You can't move. There's pressure on your chest. Maybe a shadow in the corner. You're fully conscious, but paralyzed. This is sleep paralysis, and it's one of the most unsettling phenomena tied to sleep. Science says it happens when REM sleep is interrupted and your body hasn't caught up yet. But that doesn't explain the hallucinations, why people across cultures report seeing the same dark figures, feeling the same sense of dread. Are these hallucinations, echoes of dreams, or brief glimpses into another layer of reality, one we usually don't see when we're awake? Now imagine this. You're dreaming, and suddenly, you know it. You realize you're inside a dream, and better yet, you can control it. That's lucid dreaming, and it flips the entire idea of unconscious sleep on its head. People use lucid dreaming to fly, explore fantasy worlds, even solve problems from their waking life. Scientists have verified that lucid dreamers can send signals to the waking world from inside the dream. If consciousness can become self-aware while dreaming, then where does dreaming end and reality begin? The traditional view is that the brain generates consciousness, like a computer running software. But a growing number of thinkers suggest something different. What if the brain is more like a receiver, tuning into consciousness rather than creating it? If that's true, then dreams, out-of-body experiences, and even sleep paralysis might be signals from outside the usual broadcast. In sleep, when the signal from the waking world fades, maybe your brain starts tuning into something else, something bigger,